Hi, I'm Katie Van Dyke.
And I'm Shawn Van Dyke.
We just wanted to say thank you for stopping by Go Do Your Life. We hope you enjoy this interview that tells you a little more about why we started the site and what's going on around here.
And the intention was to put this interview together for you without any interruptions, but we tried to do this on a Sunday afternoon when we thought it was going to be quiet at nap time. And, well, you'll see in the video, it's not very quiet around here, and there were several little interruptions. Cute little interruptions, nonetheless. But anyway, thanks for checking out the site. We're so grateful that you're here, and enjoy the video. Hey, we're trying to do an interview here, Evie. Do you care? No,
thanks.
she doesn't really care. I guess we'll try to do this anyway. How long are you willing to go without a shower?
How long am I willing to go without a shower?
It's a good question.
It is a good question when you're planning a camping trip out west for a month with a family of 7, including 4 boys. You have to think about those kind of things and discuss those kind of things.
We've had many discussions about how long. I think we could probably go at least 2 weeks without a shower.
I think a week is super generous.
Like I said, we have a lot more discussing to do on that topic. Why would you want to live out of a van for a month with 5 kids?
Why would we want to live out of a van and tent camp for a month out west with 5 kids?
What? When you say it like that, it was a really good idea at the time.
Why do we want to do that? So I have been living with MS, or multiple sclerosis, since 2008. It's a neurological autoimmune disease that attacks the spinal cord and brain. And so over time, my ability to hike and do the fun things that we want to do right now is starting to change. So we feel like right now is the time to do it.
How has living with MS changed your life?
So MS is a disease with no known cause and no known cure. So it really changes your perspective on pretty much everything in your life.
Yeah, I think for us, really, as devastating as that news was to realize that we were going to be dealing with this for the rest of Katie's life, it really provided a lot of clarity for us. So it cleaned out a lot of crap in our lives. And really, as weird as it is to say this, it's been a blessing in disguise, because I feel like we have a lot of clarity and a lot of purpose for our lives now, in that some of the day-to-day stuff that would come up when you have 5 kids and dealing with all of the stuff of life, it
doesn't seem quite as catastrophic.
Yeah, the day-to-day stuff just kind of rolls off your back, because you've got this big looming issue all the time. So for us, it was certainly difficult and devastating to get that news. But now, several years after the diagnosis, we just learned to adjust. And like I said, it provides a lot of clarity and has cleaned out a lot of crap in our lives.
Are you poopy?
Are you poopy? Are you poopy? She has to be poopy.
Yeah, she's super poopy.
All right, go change her.
Okay.
When you have 5 kids, dirty diapers are just a fact of life. Is the trip out west a result of that clarity?
Yeah, I think the trip out west is definitely a result of that clarity. And the trip is something we've talked about for several years, and there's always, when we have enough time, or when the kids are the perfect age, or when we have enough money, or when we have just all these things. And we had a not so great MRI and just kind of decided, you know what, it's time. It's time to do this. We'll figure out the details. We'll figure all that stuff. And there's never really a perfect time. Our kids are never going to be the perfect age. We're never going to have all this free time and all this. So the time was now. This was the time.
Yeah, we realized that the excuses that we were telling ourselves were really more just excuses. That's all they were. And this MRI that Katie was talking about there was a spot that showed up on an MRI which showed a small, we call it the black hole. And when you have a scan of your brain, you don't want to see little black spots. It means that
or that those spots are growing.
Yeah, and so that we had another MRI, and it showed that this one particular area of the brain, that black hole was getting bigger. And really, we both kind of decided independently of each other. We had a conversation. No, we actually had a conversation.
There's
that
no
time.
Quotes on that.
Right, there's no quotes. Forget the quotes.
Actual conversation.
But we just decided that that now was the time. We weren't going to let time or money or any excuses stand in the way. And we've always talked about doing a trip out west and didn't know how we were going to get there. And at the time, we still didn't know, but we decided that we were going to start doing smaller trips and see if we could build up to our big out west adventure.
So the small trips, is that how all this started?
Yeah, it started with small trips. Like Shawn said, we started picking an adventure once a month, and they were day trips or maybe an overnight trip. But we just really started working adventure into our calendar. I don't know if that makes it adventurous or not.
No, I think so.
But
do you remember what the first trip was?
Nashville?
No.
Chattanooga.
No. The Lost Sea?
Oh, the Lost Sea!
Yeah, the Lost Sea. So
it really is fun. It's not that forgettable. It really was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. So we decided we didn't know how we were ever going to be able to afford or do the big out west trip, but we decided that we weren't going to wait to figure all that out. There was so much stuff around us just locally that we could do that didn't take a lot of time and didn't cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so literally one weekend we just we picked a point on the map, or I don't even know how we came across it. It might have been a brochure, that they put in the front of like restaurants
a kid
or
might
something.
have chosen it.
Yeah, and we just said, you know what, the Lost Sea. We woke up,
fantastic.
I think we woke up one Sunday morning, we skipped church, and we just said, hey, we're going to go do this adventure. And that was so much fun.
It was.
Doing that small trip with so much intention. We just realized that was the key to living these adventures with our family and building memories. Because the boys the boys don't care. They don't. I don't even think they have an understanding of what this out west trip even means right now. But looking back on all of those small little adventures that we did each month, they still talk about those, and that's really how it all got started. And we realized that the bigger trips and bigger adventures weren't that far out of our reach if we just planned to do them.
Why did you decide to launch GoDoYourLife.com?
Yeah, we decided to launch Go Do Your Life in part as a way to document all the adventures we were having. Our kids are kind of young, and so I don't know that they'll remember everything that we do. And as years goes on, my abilities to do things will change, and I want them to be able to look back on what we're doing right now and see how much fun we had and how we just went and did what we wanted to do with them. I want them to be able to remember this stuff.
Yeah, and I think really too the reason and the motivation behind it, first and foremost, was to document and be able to give our children memories with their mom, with our family, and also to inspire them to kind of just take life by the reins and go do your life. But also, as we started talking about this idea of launching this site, we really want to be able to inspire others, not just other people that are facing hardship or diseases, or life is hard for everybody.
Everybody's life is hard.
Everybody. And sometimes people will look at us and because of MS and because of the disease, they think that we're doing something extraordinary. And we hope to inspire and help other people to say, no, living life like this is not extraordinary. It can become ordinary for you if you just do it intentionally. So we want to document our adventures and our process, first and foremost for our family, so that they can have these memories to build upon. But also, we really hope to inspire other people to be able to go do their lives exactly the way that they want to do it. And, you know, for reasons like this right here.
Why the name Go Do Your Life?
I know. Why the name Go Do Your Life? I think just because it's become a motto for us, just kind of figuring out what we wanted to do with our life and then really just going and doing it. Just figuring out how to get over the hard things or the difficult things and just doing it.
And because www.life can suck and every day is hard, so go out there and doyourlife.com seemed like it was really too long.